my name is Darian Long, and today we will be discussing narcissism and the aspects of it. So my thesis is narcissism is growing. Narcissism has been frowned upon for many generations. Many people think that it is a fake disorder that people are unable to control. However, there are studies that have been shown that it is a real chemical imbalance in the brain that has science behind the specific disorder. Okay, so this is the first study. It's called Narcissism in Chief. So narcissism is growing, especially in politics and in university students especially. There are two different kinds of narcissism, and that is grandiose narcissism and vulnerable narcissism. Grandiose narcissism is an amalgam of flamboyance, immodesty, and dominance. These people tend to be less sensitive and more confident. Then the vulnerable narcissism individuals are self-absorbed and thin-skinned, tend to be very emotional people. Reflecting on narcissism, are young people more obsessed than ever before? This is another study I did. People who are narcissistic tend to lose friends more than people who aren't. They are great at making friends, but at the beginning they seem very flamboyant individuals, very outgoing, but then they tend to lose friends because their self-esteem is actually very low. University students are more narcissistic, but there is an expectant downward spiral in these statistics due to more foreign exchange students and women attending college. This is shown because women and foreign exchange students that are coming to America just naturally, I guess, have less narcissistic traits than men do. The comparison between these studies compare much more than they contrast because both are talking about the same thing technically. They're both based off one another. They both share that narcissism is growing and has more negative effects than positive ones. Although narcissistic people are great at making friends, they lose them easily, like I said before, in certain studies because their friends aren't narcissistic and they are themselves, so they tend to be very self-absorbent, and people just aren't attracted to that. Also, like I said before, they just have low self-esteem issues and are trying to make up for that by showing themselves off. Another few side studies I did, other studies have shown that women react differently to the disease than males do. Although everyone reacts differently to the disorder, there was a difference between males and females specifically, especially in romantic relationships, which is what I'm talking about here. And it can be shown through this quote through the study, Narcissism in Romantic Relationships, from paragraph 33. When females were fearful, the male fantasized more about power or success. On the other hand, when the male was fearful, he was less likely to fantasize about power and success. So it's pretty much just saying, when in a romantic relationship, males were more powerful when the female was narcissistic and not vice versa. My conclusion, narcissism is growing especially in younger individuals, which is what my PowerPoint is specifically about, most likely college students. The two main studies identified compare more than they contrast, explaining that narcissism is a real problem in the United States and is growing. Narcissism can cause low self-esteem, depression, etc. And is narcissism the new normal? This is something we have to ask ourselves because everyone seems to be focused on taking selfies on their phone. It's become a new term. It might even be in Webster's dictionary by now because it is just so prevalent in the American culture, just taking selfies of each other, posting on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, all of the above, to show off our looks because we think we're very, very outgoing individuals. So these are my references. That's it.